Quick Xbox One X update for everyone who's curious. By the time you see this, the screen, which is the last piece of the puzzle, is here and I'm getting set up to start recording footage for the first video. Today we'll be taking a look at Assassin's Creed Origins on the PS4 and the Potato Masher. If you don't know, the Potato Masher is a $375 PC custom built in 2014 and designed to compete with the PS4 for the rest of its life cycle. The goal is not to pick on consoles, but to show that PC gaming can be just as good or better for the same money. This may also be useful information for anyone gaming on a budget PC who is considering buying this game. Spoilers, today I'm going to recommend you not buy this game if you have a budget PC. At least, not right now. Let's talk about it. Alright, you can only polish this turd but so much. Assassin's Creed Origins has serious optimization issues. It's much better on PS4, but still not perfect. The PS4 version's only real issue is shaky frame rates and cutscenes. That sucks, but it isn't the end of the world. The Masher is a different story. CPU usage spikes randomly and unpredictably, and doesn't seem to be tied to any particular conditions in the open world. When the CPU usage spikes, the GTX 760 isn't enough to carry the load since it's usually close to maxed out, so the system is just tapped most of the time and it shows in the visuals and gameplay. After over 2 hours of tweaking, I was able to hit these settings at something close to stable frame rates, but as you'll see, there are still plenty of drops. Here are the settings I used. I'll call them medium, but who cares because you shouldn't be trying to match them with similar hardware because you shouldn't buy the game right now. At these settings, which include tweaks to the NVIDIA control panel, the Masher has worse textures, shadows, and lighting effects compared to the PS4. Ambient occlusion is actually a little better on the Masher, but since the shadows are worse, the Masher generally looks inferior across the board. Top that off with frequent drops into the mid-20s and you have a disappointing port. People have theorized that the game's DRM is to blame for the CPU spikes, so it's possible that this could get patched or fixed sometime in the future. There's no point testing other resolutions or other frame rates right now because honestly the Masher is not going to be capable of playing anything other than these pretty crummy settings at 1080p. Simply put, this is the type of port that gives PC gaming a bad name. Based on the visuals and other similar games, the Masher should be perfectly capable of playing Origins at a decent settings and solid frame rates. That being said, I'm not a developer and I could be wrong about this, but there seems like a poorly planned port that was released a few months too early, and not a highly advanced game that's just too tough for the Masher. That could happen, it will happen at some point, I expect it to happen. I don't think that's what's happening right here. But that's the video. Sorry it's kind of short, but there's not really much more to say. This thing needs to get fixed a lot more before I can ever do a review, if they patch it more, which has been the case with some previous Assassin's Creed games, so here's hoping that happens here. So a big thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon. You're literally making the X1X series possible. Normally videos are longer and have more detail than this one, so please go check out my review of Assassin's Creed Origins on the Potato Masher Pro if you're interested in seeing how it compares to the PS4 Pro, and it should be out in a day or so. And of course, have a great day.